We've all felt it. That shiver of apprehension when faced with a new job, the uncertainty of stepping into a new role, meeting new colleagues and navigating unfamiliar environments. The flutter in our chest before a first date. The anticipation mixed with anxiety, wondering if the connection will be genuine or if awkward silences will fill the air. The knot in our stomach when we hear a strange noise at night. Our minds racing with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. These are the whispers of the unknown, the subtle anxieties that accompany life's uncertainties. They creep into our thoughts, uninvited and persistent. We hesitate at the edge of change, our minds conjuring worst-case scenarios. What if we fail? What if we make the wrong choice? It's a universal experience, this primal fear of the unknown, woven into the fabric of our being. No matter who we are or where we come from, we all face it. Think about a time you felt this fear. It might have been a significant moment or a seemingly trivial one. Maybe you were starting a new school, feeling the weight of new expectations and the pressure to fit in. Moving to a new city, surrounded by unfamiliar faces and places, trying to find your way in a sea of strangers, or even just trying a new restaurant, unsure of what to order, worried about making the wrong choice. The fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, holding us back from experiences that could bring joy, growth, and fulfillment. It can make us feel isolated even in a crowd. But why are we so afraid? What is it about uncertainty that triggers such a strong response in us? Why do our minds tend to default to fear in the face of uncertainty? Is it a learned behavior or something deeper? The answer lies in a complex interplay of evolutionary biology, psychological conditioning, and societal influences. Our ancestors relied on fear to survive, and this instinct has been passed down through generations. To understand our fear, we must first understand its origins. Only then can we begin to unravel the whispers of the unknown and face our fears with courage. Fear of the unknown doesn't just live in grand gestures and life-altering choices. It seeps into the mundane, influencing our everyday decisions. We stick to the familiar restaurant menu, avoid that new exercise class, and shy away from expressing our true feelings. This fear keeps us small, confined within the walls of our comfort zones. In relationships, this fear manifests as a reluctance to be vulnerable, to open ourselves up to the possibility of hurt or rejection. We hold back, guarded and hesitant, fearing the unknown territory of another person's heart. This fear can sabotage intimacy, leaving us lonely and disconnected. This fear is not benign, it has teeth. It keeps us from pursuing our dreams, taking risks, and living life on our own terms. It keeps us from experiencing the fullness of life, the joy of discovery, the thrill of pushing past our perceived limitations. But there is hope. We can break free. To overcome the fear of the unknown, it's helpful to understand its roots. From an evolutionary perspective, fear served a vital purpose. It kept our ancestors safe from predators, alerted them to danger, and ensured their survival. This primal fear, hardwired into our brains, is a legacy of our evolutionary past. Psychologically, the unknown represents a lack of control, a state that often triggers anxiety. Our minds crave predictability, seeking patterns and explanations to make sense of the world. When confronted with uncertainty, our minds go into overdrive, trying to fill in the blanks, often with worst-case scenarios. This is where our imagination, a powerful tool for both good and bad, can work against us. We imagine all the ways things could go wrong, fueling our anxieties and reinforcing our fears. But understanding the science behind our fear is the first step towards reclaiming our power. Modern society, with its constant bombardment of information and emphasis on productivity, exacerbates our fear of the unknown. We're conditioned to strive for certainty, to plan our lives down to the minute, to seek external validation and approval. This relentless pursuit of control is a recipe for anxiety, leaving us feeling inadequate and overwhelmed. The truth is, control is largely an illusion. Life is inherently unpredictable, full of twists and turns we can never fully anticipate. The sooner we accept this truth, the sooner we can begin to release the need for control and embrace the beauty of uncertainty. This doesn't mean we abandon all planning or responsibility. It simply means we acknowledge the limits of our control and learn to dance with the unknown, to find peace in the present moment, even when the future feels uncertain. Research in behavioral economics reveals a fascinating insight into our relationship with the unknown: loss aversion. This concept explains why we often hesitate to take risks or step out of our comfort zones. We tend to feel the pain of a loss twice as strongly as the pleasure of an equivalent gain. This disproportionate emotional response can significantly influence our decision-making processes. This means we're often more motivated by avoiding potential losses than by pursuing potential gains, even when the potential gains are greater. Our fear of losing what we already have can overshadow the excitement of new opportunities. This principle applies directly to our fear of the unknown. The uncertainty of uncharted territory can make us overestimate the risks and underestimate the rewards. We often overestimate the potential downsides of venturing into uncharted territory, while underestimating the potential rewards. This can lead to missed opportunities and stunted personal growth. We focus on what we stand to lose, comfort, familiarity, security, rather than what we stand to gain, growth, fulfillment, joy. This focus on loss can keep us anchored in the familiar, preventing us from exploring new horizons. Understanding loss aversion can help us make more conscious, courageous choices. By recognizing this bias, we can challenge our fears and take calculated risks that may lead to significant rewards. It encourages us to reframe our perspective, to weigh the potential losses against the potential gains, and to ask ourselves, what might I be missing out on by letting fear hold me back? By doing so, we open ourselves up to new experiences and possibilities that can enrich our lives in unexpected ways. So, how do we move from a place of fear to a place of courage? It's a journey that requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. It starts with small, intentional steps, with consciously choosing courage over comfort. This means making a deliberate decision to face your fears head-on, even when it feels challenging. Here are a few practical strategies. First, challenge your thoughts. This involves questioning the validity of your fears and the stories you tell yourself. When you feel the grip of fear, pause and examine your thoughts. Ask yourself, are these thoughts based on facts or on assumptions? Are they grounded in reality, or are they exaggerated fears? Are you catastrophizing, imagining the worst-case scenario? By identifying these patterns, you can start to challenge and change them. Are you letting fear dictate your actions? Challenge those negative thought patterns and replace them with more balanced, realistic ones. Second, start small. You don't have to conquer your fear overnight. Start with small, manageable steps outside your comfort zone. Try a new activity, something that excites you but also makes you a bit nervous. Start with small, manageable steps outside your comfort zone. Try a new activity, something that excites you but also makes you a bit nervous. This could be anything from trying a new hobby, strike up a conversation with a stranger, or even joining a new social group, or take on a challenging project at work. Each small step forward builds your confidence and chips away at your fear. Each small step forward builds your confidence and chips away at your fear. Lastly, practice mindfulness. Cultivating mindfulness can help you stay present and grounded when fear arises. Cultivating mindfulness can help you stay present and grounded when fear arises. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, without judgment. Pay attention to your breath. Notice the sensations in your body and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Notice the sensations in your body and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice helps you create a space between your thoughts and your reactions, and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Mindfulness helps you create space between your thoughts and your reactions, giving you the power to choose courage over fear. Mindfulness helps you create space between your thoughts and your reactions, giving you the power to choose courage over fear. By practicing these steps regularly, you can gradually build a more courageous mindset, giving you the power to choose courage over fear. Remember, embracing the unknown is a journey, not a destination. Each step you take brings you closer to a life filled with courage and possibility. Here's the beautiful paradox. On the other side of our fear lies our growth. Every time we face our fears, we expand our capacity for courage, resilience, and self-belief. We discover hidden strengths, uncover hidden talents, and realize we're capable of far more than we ever imagined. When we choose courage over comfort, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We attract new opportunities, forge deeper connections, and experience life with a renewed sense of purpose and passion. This is not to say the journey will be easy. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when we want to retreat back into the familiar comfort of our fear. but it's in these moments of struggle that we discover our true strength. Imagine a life lived on the edge of your comfort zone, where fear no longer dictates your choices, where you're free to pursue your dreams, embrace new challenges, and explore the vast unknown with open arms and a curious heart. This is the life that awaits those who dare to confront their fears. It's a life rich with experience, depth, and meaning. It's a life where you're not just surviving, but truly thriving. So what are you waiting for? The unknown is not something to be feared, but rather a vast and beautiful landscape waiting to be explored. This is your call to courage, your invitation to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Embrace the unknown, not with reckless abandon, but with mindful curiosity, with the understanding that growth and discomfort often go hand in hand. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. We all experience fear. The difference lies in what we do with it. Will you let it control you, or will you harness its energy to propel you forward? The choice is yours. Choose courage. Choose growth. Choose the unknown. For it is in the unknown that we truly discover ourselves.